So I talked about being able to reach more people. You want to be able to expand your geographic reach with the virtual workforce. Some of the barriers that having a virtual workforce and a distributed team will fix, it's the distance, right? Does this person have to drive into the office every day? It's the location. What cities are people located in that you might have access to now that you didn't have access to previously? And then the countries. If you're a global organization, or maybe you're not a global organization, but you want to take advantage of the global workforce and the talent pool, is this removes the barrier for reaching out to people in other countries. But just if you're just US based, this opens the doors for you to reach a lot more talent. This increases your ability to access people in a variety of locations, remote locations, metropolitan areas, rural areas. This gives you the opportunity to reach talent and hire talent that you might not have otherwise been able to hire. You're also able to connect with more diverse talent. One of the big challenges with hiring for diversity is people are typically pooled in a specific region of the country. You can access that population now and take advantage of the remote and the virtual aspects of this. One of the tools that you can use is certainly video interviews, virtual career fairs. I did a webinar a few weeks ago on video interviews and virtual hiring. And so you may want to take a look at that on our YouTube channel. And if you don't have access to that, send me a note and I'll definitely get you the link to it. The other thing, if you're following the science, you can reduce your carbon footprint because everyone is not flying everywhere. They're not driving everywhere. There are calculators that will help you see the impact of reducing that carbon footprint by reducing that travel or building new buildings. And then the others is you can reach candidates everywhere. We talked a little bit about this, but this is a huge advantage to having a virtual or remote workforce. So broadening your diversity perspective, a lot of times we look at diversity at race, ethnicity, gender, generational differences. I mean, we have multiple generations in the workforce now. But this gives you the opportunity to reach more talent. You can reach people who have visual impairments, hearing impairments, mobility impairments, people with orientations that are different than yours. There's a huge pool of talent that's now available to you. It's really all the talent that's available because you don't physically have to move them to a location. And there are lots of different jobs out there. Not every industry lends itself to a virtual workforce, but the industries that do can definitely take advantage of this remote workforce and being able to broaden that diversity perspective because you've got greater access to the talent. You'll also get the opportunity to build your brand, and because everyone's online, so you've got the screen time, so you could share the great things you're doing with your company. I know we have a number of people on this webinar who have companies that are doing things to enhance their brand by being more inclusive and embracing this remote workforce or telework or whatever term your company uses. This is a phenomenal opportunity. And then one of the big things about broadening your perspective is think about your workforce in the context of the employee or the candidate and personalize their experience. There's been no greater time than now to personalize the experience, especially the online experience with potential employees, current employees, and even potential customers. So you can definitely spend time and focus on personalizing that experience. One of the other things that you want to do is take advantage of the ability to understand some of the cultural considerations and the differences that exist, certainly with all the different demographics, but just in the regions that your team or your workforce will be working in.